Good morning, investors and traders. In today's segment, we'll be looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum's price action, and we'll be looking at from the perspective of what is next for the price action, meaning where the price is going to be heading. Are we going to see more upward moves or whether the price is going to go to the downside? Now, as always, before we continue, the full disclaimer is right in front of you. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask. Now, folks, bit about myself before we continue. I come with a wealth of 15 years of trading experience during this time period. I have worked as a hedge fund trader for a Bank of New York Mellon and as an equity trader with Bank of America, and currently providing services as a chief analyst to EverTrade. Now, to begin with, we will be looking at Bitcoin's price on the daily time frame. As you can see, this is your daily time frame. And what we have on the daily time frame, as always, is three important moving averages. Firstly, it is your 50-day simple moving average in pink, followed by that is your 100-day simple moving average, and finally your 200-day simple moving average. Now, of course, we are going to discuss which way the price is going to go, whether we're going to see a move to the upside or to the downside, whether we're going to see this momentum moving towards here or whether we're going to see more move to the downside. But before we do that, it is important for us to have a look at the overall picture and then see what is the direction of the trend, and then from that trend can we drive a conclusion that can help us to determine the direction. So the general concept with respect to the three important moving averages that I have, which institutions use very much in the analysis, is: are bulls in control of the price or are they not? As long as the price continues to trade above these moving averages, we can say that yes, bulls are very much in control of the price, as you can see over here. And you can see that when the price starts to break below this moving average, then we can see that the yes, bulls are losing control. But whenever the price does break below this moving average, what happens then is that the price usually would find some sort of a support level near its other bigger moving average. In this case, it was your 100-day simple moving average, just like how over here when the price was retracing towards this 50-day simple moving average, the price was bouncing off. Now, at the first time when the price did break the 50-day simple moving average, it quickly found support near its 100-day simple moving average. But just like anything else in markets, nothing can be predictable as always, because over here when the price did come near its 200-day simple moving average, we did see the price continuing its momentum from here to all the way to the downside, and it came into this area of support, which we mentioned in our previous analysis. When the price did come into this area for the first time, we mentioned that this is a likely area of bounce, and we did see that bounce because the price kind of did bounce off those levels. As you can see, we did see the price moving up and then retesting that 200-day simple moving average. Now the question really now again is that are we going to see a momentum to the upside or to the downside? Of course, the answer to that one is going to be very much dependent on few factors, which we will be discussing shortly. However, you may be wondering, what are these blue lines, Naeem, and why do you have them? This is what you call a Bollinger Band. This tells us the volatility in the system. Whenever the price, most of the time, whenever it crosses above or the lower line of the Bollinger Band, it usually means the price is going to reverse towards its mean, just like it did over here. The price pierced and then it reversed back towards its mean, 20-day simple moving average, just like it did over here, just like the price did over here, pierced the lower line and then it went back up. And now the price is doing that once again as well. It is going back towards its mean, like how it kind of did over here, but over here the price did do that. And then now, as you can see, that those Bollinger Bands, they have started to narrow. That big piercing when the 50-day simple moving average was left way behind has very much cashed onto the price, and now the price is trading very close to that. Now, of course, guys, if you like the content of what we are discussing in this one, please feel free to smash that like button, because it is important for you to also subscribe. And then let me explain to you why is that. Because markets do change, and that means that you need to be subscribed to have all that up-to-date information in your inbox the moment that we do a new price analysis. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of my Bollinger Band in order to find the next direction of this trend. So the next direction of this trend is going to be very much determined based on the following factors. So number one is that we have to look how the price is doing now. So the price is trading in this particular zone. Here is that symmetrical sort of a triangle the price is trading in. Now, the first thing that we need to see is we need to see the price breaking above the 200-day simple moving average. But before that, we want the price to stay at least above this upward trend line, because if the price breaks below this upward trend line, if we see a price moving from here to the downside, then we are likely to move into this area of support again. In fact, my next support zone is going to be targeting in between 25 to 22,000 price level, and I'll explain that to you in a bit. But first, if the price is going to break to the upside, it needs to break above the upper line of this triangle, and then really sort of challenge this 200-day simple moving average, which is right over here. So these are the two important sort of a price level that we really sort of need to be focusing on. Now, of course, if the price breaks below that trend line and it breaks below the support zone, then the next level of support zone for me is really right over here. And I think that given the fact that the price has already sort of retested this zone quite a few times now, because one time and the second time, the chances are that if you are looking for a much better conviction trade, then you may want the price to come into this zone, that 25 to 27,000 sort of a price level, because that will provide a massive momentum for the Bitcoin price action. Now, of course, in terms of resistance, when it comes to resistance for Bitcoin price action, we are focused on these price levels right over here. This remains our first resistance zone. Now, because this is a resistance, we will change this one into red color, because so that whenever we look at the chart, we know which one is our support and we know which one is our resistance zone. Now, quickly switching that to Ethereum and then performing the same sort of a price action. Again, the concept of moving averages remains the same. The price is trading above that. If you compare that to Bitcoin's price action, the price is actually trading above the 200-day simple moving average. The price never broke below the 200-day simple moving average. Now, the price is consistently challenging its to 50-day simple moving average. As you can see over here, we had the price challenging right around this price level, and then the price had challenged the 50-day right at this level, and now the price is also trying to break above that 50-day simple moving average once again, which is very, very positive. In addition to that, we also have this bullish pattern formed as well, and that bullish pattern is right over here. So that is your ascending triangle. Now, of course, if it forms its fully the pattern to the upside, then that means that 29,000 nearly to 2900 to 1800. So that is nearly about $1,000 move, and $1,000 move from here from 2900 to at least 3900, and that kind of brings us near this sort of a price action, that 4,000 sort of a price action. So we will continue to monitor these price action, and we'll have more decision based on that. That's all for now. See you guys next time.